are out on a 975 acre property, which we don't cut all of. It's cattle land. We're out here cutting some, oh, I'd say 100 acre plot. Maybe a little more across the creek here for a customer. And some hay ground he uses for cattle. They do custom deer hunts, stuff like that here. So most of this land's high fenced off for deer. But we're down here cutting some property. I brought Ollie out today, old Oliver 1650D. The rake. Boys are out cutting way out there. So I thought I'd operate the Oliver for a little bit. We don't normally hay rake with it, but I didn't have anything else going on. I figured I'd come out here and rake a little bit with it. So we might try to get some footage of us out here raking with it. Big place. Deer huts out there. Some nice ground. Good property, a lot of fescue in here. I guess he uses this. He's got 100 or so head of cows. I don't know. He just needs some hay for him for the winter. Doing a hay job over here. So anyway, I'll get a little footage of us cruising around on Ollie and doing a little hay. I'll be back. Here we are cruising around on Ollie. Pretty loud. Checking out the hay ground. I see if it's ready to rake or not. Looks like it's pretty dry. Maybe not dry enough. Maybe this afternoon. But anyway, good looking ground.
Okay, so we're out here on a 150 acre custom job. We got one of the LS MT573s running on the John Deere 469 baler, and we have the other one over there running on a Citrix 10 wheel. And then I'm going to be running the LS tractor 4048. XRHS. HS stands for hydrostat. That's on there, but this is the hydrostat one, so it doesn't have no clutch or anything. It just runs off of pedals. I'm going to be picking up bales, and they're going to be doing the raking and baling. So, catch you later.
So I'm out here with the boys. Over here cutting some land. 2 LS MT573s. 2 coon cutters. Pretty hot out today. 90 with 80% humidity, and it's windy, which is good. Helps us dry the hay. So good conditions for hay drying. Guys are out here still using the cutters. They got probably another hour to go in this section, and then we got to go across the creek over there. And there's a little section on the other side of the creek. It's not real wide, but there's some hay over there down on those pecan trees over there. Well, probably 30 or 40 acres maybe. Not quite sure. But then we'll be done cutting, and then I'll come back and start raking and then baling tomorrow. It's so hot and dry right now, we're pretty much able to bale, and the day after we'll wrap 2 or 3 bales and then moisture test and get the average of the 3, and usually the bales come out pretty even. We like to keep them under, this time of year, under 16%. I think you can go as high as 20 if you need to, but we don't like to wrap them that wet. I like them at 15.5, 14.5. That's pretty much my wheelhouse of temperature. I mean, moisture rather, that I like to keep them in. But I parked over here in the shade waiting on these guys. It's not quite dry yet from yesterday, so I might wait till this afternoon before I start raking it. They want to have a bunch of rows out here and something go awry, so we'll rake it later this afternoon or in the morning. That way if something happens, we don't get stuck with our hay all up in rows. I don't think it's going to rain, and we have no chance, but it's Oklahoma, so you never know. But we're having a good time out here, trying to cut some more property for another customer. Then we're going to move on to another one over by our house, over by our farm. The guys are doing a good job. The MT573s are doing a fantastic job. Coon cutters are just beastie. Everything's going well. Anyway, we'll get back with you. All right, so Xander and me are headed to get the baler fixed. Had some baler issues last night. It's up there on the trailer if you can see it. So we're headed over to our welding friend who does all of our welding. Anything too big for our welders. Get some welding done. So we get back out in the fields. We were baling hay last night and had some catastrophes one after the other, and then threw a belt. So we thought that's the sign universally for we're done for the day, right? So we decided to quit. Got the belt over at the John Deere dealer, get the belt restrapped, and that's it so far. We'll get some video of it being welded back on, so we can get back out in the field this afternoon to finish baling. We didn't have much left in the area that we were in, probably what, an hour, 45 minutes, an hour. We only had probably 30 rows left. They weren't all that big. But we got some rain coming in Friday, and it's Monday, so we're gonna try to get the rest of his property finished. Anyway, we'll get back with you. So we're repairing a chain. A bolt broke off inside the hole. Net wrap tray is bad. Had a rough day yesterday out in the field.
Okay, what all we got in there? Should have 3 parts. You got 3? Yep. You can just leave that right there. Okay, so me and Chance just had that master chain right there. We had to take out 2 links, and our chain breaker wasn't big enough for it, so we had to take it and grind down the pins and stuff to knock it out with the punch. And so we had to get up there and loosen all that, put it around there. There's bearings in here. We had this slit and we just fixed it, and there's bearing in here, and all these little ball bearings just fell out, so we're gonna have to run and get some more of those. But yeah, just keeping y'all up to date. We gotta do some tension rods, I think. But yeah, keep y'all up to date. Stay tuned. Okay, now we're just finishing up the compressor rods. They should be the last things besides the bearings, and we'll keep y'all up to date.
We are back at the farm and have the baler fixed. You see all the new welds, new ends on it. The net wrap chute, I had to replace a whole bar up here. That hole that we blasted through, it was too thin, so we had to redo the weld. So we reskinned it with a whole new piece of metal. Rewelded every slider back on. We're missing a belt. That should be done this afternoon. We've also replaced the big chain in the door. We also put in some new compression teeth, or compression bars, whatever you want to call them. We still have to change a bearing in here. We're going to do both of them for the feeder house. Notice that the bearing is missing in here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a bearing in there. And we need to replace a hydraulic line, which we won't do that today because we don't need that. But that's where we're at currently. It's taken us most of the day to get the baler back in order. We had to go to our welder, Dusty Runyon. The guys are fantastic welders. He actually rebuilt me some ends, just like factory. You can't even tell that they're not. I'm gonna paint them green. Nobody even know the difference. Then we had to replace a chain that drives this and a new idler for this side. It was stretched out. It actually was still working. It was just stretched out. It stay on the idler because it didn't have enough tension. The spring was good, so the conclusion was that the belt was stretched out. It turned out it was like stretched 2.5 inches too far. So that's where we're at. We'll get a little bit more footage of us changing some bearings and stuff. I did notice we're missing a couple of teeth inside on the pickup, which is not a huge deal. We've changed them all. I think I'm only missing one. We've changed those before. So doing some work on the baler today. It's really inconvenient. We're waiting on the dealer to get our belt done. We don't have a lacer here. We need to order one so we can do our own lacing instead of waiting on them. But as soon as we get it fixed, we'll be back out there and finish baling on our job. And Xander's bouncing around like a weirdo.
I think we used up all the John Deere paint.
Did we? I don't think so. On the planter we just got. We got traded some hay for one of our customers for a couple of planters. What model is this one, Xander? 8350? It's an 8350. We got this planter. It's in really good condition. It says it's a FB168C, whatever that is. I think it's a Series 3500 is what the dealer. This will be used to plant our sorghum. We've got to fix the top. It's got a hole in it. New hydraulic lines. Chance just put on all new boots, and they got those put on. And other than that, we should be good to go. The other one is that small one there on the left. Small field planter, cedar fertilizer. Pretty neat, pretty nice. Chance put all new hoses in here. I think we put 13 hoses in it.
You missed one.
No, he's missing a connection. He didn't put it down yet. There's two of them that aren't connected. The parts are in over at John Deere. Yeah, he put a bunch in. So that's a little bit of work here going on the farm. Chance just pulled up with some food, but we'll be back. All right, so now it's 7:15 in the evening. They got our belt done at basically 5 o'clock. They close at 5:30. Put the new rollers in here. Got that done. Put the far right belt on. Had it stitched and replaced.
Very last one.
Yeah. Had it replaced. I still haven't fixed the hydraulic leak, which we will address. Line got pinched. So we'll address that. Other than that, everything looks great. Again, like I said earlier, he rebuilt all the cradles there, the straps for the net wrap to run down. Make sure those are good and clean and straight. We also replaced a bunch of stuff over here, like I said earlier. But everything should be backing up and operational. Been a long day of baler repair. Get that net wrap over there, Xander. It's on the back of the tractor. Up on the ATM shaft. But anyway, another long day here in the hay business. Especially more difficult when you're in the mobile hay business. We don't always know what's in our fields or what's happening. So we constantly have to worry about what we're going to hit or might hit. Other than that, the baler looks operational and ready to go. Well, thanks for watching our videos. This is a little short video on our, what little I'll probably have on the baler, maybe a 5 or 7 minute video on our John Deere 469. Please subscribe and like and comment if you have any comments.
Giveaway at 250.
We're still doing a giveaway at 250 subscribers, and we haven't put the package together yet, but we will.
We're almost at 150.
Yeah, I think we're at 151 or something like that right now.
I think we're at 147.
Oh, yeah, 147. I can't remember. But anyway, here's a little short video on us doing some baler repair. We did a bunch of rake teeth and all that stuff yesterday, but we left the GoPros at home, so we some of the footage we try to get on our phones, but the files are so big, it takes more to upload it. Grab that net wrap center. And anyway, life in the mobile hay business. We hit stuff all the time. You grab those and trash that. Put them in the back of my truck at least. And ran into some sticks and some various other things. Some of that was pre-existing issues that we didn't know about till we really got into it. So, what's that?
It's every job.
Yeah, every job we don't really know. But thankfully the weather's really great and we didn't have to really do much. The next video is probably going to be on my other 6.4 truck. The engine went out in it. About a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, I had a top end kit done on it. Heads, ARP bolts, basically a new top end. And about a year and a half later, I lost the turbo while going up a hill, and it blew oil and instead of fuel and burned a hole through one of my pistons. It does start running, but not well. But we'll get a video on that. We're taking that to a friend of mine, Keen, who's a Ford mechanic, a diesel specialist from Ford, and up in Edmond, Oklahoma. So we'll get that loaded up. We'll do a video of us loading that truck. It's a 2008 6.4 truck, 230 or 40,000 miles on it, I can't remember. It's just one of our trucks. We pull hay equipment, hay with her in the winter. That truck has only got 95,000 on it. I like the 6.4s. I'm a 6.4 guy. I just like that engine. But we'll do a video on this one, the engine going out and replacement. I'll order the engine and get it all done up in Edmond. Probably going to be around 10 grand to get it fixed. It's cheaper than a $60,000 truck. That's a $70,000 truck that's equipped like this one. And I've already done a bunch of work to it, so it doesn't seem to make much financial sense to go buy another truck that does the exact same thing this one does for far cheaper. So this is paid for, and we'll just put an engine in it and move on. But anyway, that's the video for today, and we'll see you guys.